I'm going to show you how to reference your custom PHP file in your child theme. So the way that you do it, so this is how you do it here. So I can also put this link in the description. So now let's go to the cPanel file. So this is our file. So let's open the functions PHP. Okay, so we're going to include that one somewhere here. So let's create first of all our file. So let's say include okay, so we're gonna create our file inside there, and then let's call this one. So this an example is gonna just be to get some API data and then display it in your in one of your page. So let's call this one display. So we're testing with this one here is to display album. Yeah, let's call it album API. Yeah, display album. Okay, like this API.php. Okay, there we go. So let's go inside it. Okay, we just paste the code here. Okay, so this is our fetch and display. So we're getting it from here. So this is the dummy data here for the album. Okay. All right. So now we save this one. Now we have to go to WordPress to see how we're going to use it. As you can see, this is the formula. We copy, go to our functions. So in our function, so we're going to try to edit here. So here we're going to call our, so it's display. Let's just copy it nicely. Copy. And then we paste it there. Includes. Right. Let's just say put this somewhere here. Okay. So now we save changes. So now the next step here is to add a shortcode. So let's try to add a shortcode here. Add action. So we're gonna call it display album. Okay, display album. And then there, call this one. We're gonna get now the function. So there, save. So this is gonna be our add shortcode. So this is gonna be our shortcode that we're gonna use on the page. So we save. Okay, now we copy. Yeah, so now the only thing that you have to know is we have require once and then we have include once. So if there is a problem here, fix this here. So if there is a problem with this file here, our script is gonna kind of like result to an error. So the file is gonna the old site is gonna, that page is gonna work nicely, or it can result to an error. So it's better for us to do include here. Let's try to do include, because the include is, even though if there is an error here, but the file is going to still display, and it's going to just give us a kind of like a warning. Yeah, so you only use require if really that file is really important for your site. So let's use include once. Okay. Right, let's test something. Right, so now I'm gonna go to the page and then try to add a shortcode. Look for shortcode. Yeah, we paste our shortcode here. Shortcode is display album. Let's go check it again. Display albums. Let's just copy it. Yeah, the display album. Publish, and then let's see what's gonna happen. Refresh the page. Okay. See nicely here. Display album. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So we have our album here. So it's displaying the album, but now we have a lot of things happening there. So all the file, which you can see here. So we have all the albums. All right, so this is the way that you reference your file. So we have the script. This is the scripts that you have there. And then after that, this is the, what is that again? So this is the way that you reference the stuff. So you have your PHP file there. You put it under you organize it under include folder, so that you can put all your PHP file. And then in your functions.php, so you have to reference it, and then you just put include once, like that. So this is the way that you reference your PHP file in your child theme. Right. Thank you so much.